So for this strategy to be effective, we have to make sure that we follow our trend. We have to know the trend of the market, trend first, then we mark our structure. Trend, it's number one, our structure is number two. Then our immediate and other time frames that follows our bigger time frame come last. Then our entry, which could be our entry candle, comes again. Then our TP. So this is all about top-down analysis. You can do this from your daily or from H4. You have to do this from a bigger time frame. So my bigger time frame right here is H4, and I'm going to be using currency pair GBPUSD. So let's mark our trend. So right now we've seen this markets. We see that this market has a low here. It pulls back, it has a low, pulls back, it closes above. You see come down, but it did not close below this wick. Pulls back again, it comes below, goes up again, thereby closing above and high. It comes back again. So right here we notice that the trend of this market has changed from bearish to bullish. How? The trend has changed from a bear to bull. So how did we do that? Let me remove this markup. You see how I mark up? The markup shows that the market was already changing its trend to the upside. So that is what the markup is telling us. So let me do it in a way that you can understand it properly. Let me delete all this one and start again. So you see, here was a low. We have a low right here. We have a low right there. This candle. So you see that this market was able to close below this low, the wick. The market was able to close below this wick. So this shows that the market was bearish. That shows that the market was bearish. Then after everything, we've seen that the market was able to close above this high because we had a high here. This market comes back and close above this high, and it also closed above this very candle, though it closed below above this candle and also this very candle right there. So this tells you that this market has changed its structure from a bear to bull. Even if you turn it to a line chart, it's still going to show you the same thing. So your line chart shows you that the market was able to change its trend right from here, right here, that the market has breaking structure right from here. And where is the structure that this market broken? It was at this point that is broken structure. Then the second structure that got broken happens on this very one. So then after which you got this, you have to turn your chart back to the normal candle so you can mark the structure correctly. So we turn it back to a normal candle. You see that this structure was like inside, it was inside zone. This was a hidden zone right here. So this structure is not visible. The one that is visible is this one because it carries a bearish candle. So that is the one that is visible. So therefore, you are going to mark this very structure. You are going to mark this one. Then after which you've marked your structure, scale it. It shouldn't be like a support on resistance. So you use a triangular tool to mark out the structure correctly. You mark the structure what was your structure? The last bearish candle before the up move was this very bear candle right here. It was this candle right here, this one. So you are going to mark this candle along with this bullish candle, because this bullish candle is the one that has the longest wick. So you have to make sure that you include this candle. So let's mark it out. So now we've marked our structure. Here is our structure. Then we scale it down to future. So now we have to go, another time frame we are going to be making use of is our 1 hour, because after our 4-hour candle we have to meet our 1 hour candle. So let us move to our H1 together. So if you are new to this channel, do well to subscribe, turn on notification bell, like and comment. If you have any questions, do well to ask. So if you're already a subscriber, stay tuned and thank you for watching. So if you want to trade the way I do, you can check the link on my description below. You can add me up for one-on-one tutoring. And if you want to join my VIP group, which is my signal group, you can as well check the link on the description. If you want to join my free Telegram channel, which most at times I do share free signal at times, you can as well check the link on the description, and you can from there link me up. So I've dropped many tutorial videos on this channel. That doesn't mean I'm using all of the videos. You cannot use all the strategies. You have to pick one that is suitable for you. So the one I'm using is a proven strategy that is suitable for me. That is the only one I'm using to trade. I don't use all the strategies. I have my own personal strategy which I use to enter the market. So if you want to trade the way I do, you can check me up on those links. So let us go to our H1, and also let us move down to our H1 for our next top-down analysis. So this is from our H4. Let me name this zone. I have to name this zone right here. This box happened to be our H4. So that box is our H4. So now let us move to our H1. So as you can see, here is the zone we marked, and we call it our H4. That is the zone that we marked. Inside this zone, we've seen another candle inside this zone, which happens to be this one. Like we said, the last bearish candle in this zone is what we call is where we start our structure to mark from. So we are on our H4 zone, which is this H4. We are on our H4 zone, which is this one. And inside this H4, when you look down, you will see another candle. The last bearish candle in this zone is what you are going to mark as your H1 candle. But there is something, because this candle did not close. You see this very candle inside here, it did not close below. It's just a wick. It didn't close below this very candle. So I don't really see what to mark at this zone. If I'm to mark, I will go with this very one right here. I can mark from the wick, because this candle is still inside the H4 candle. And I don't know if you understand what I mean. You see this candle right here, it did not close below the wick of this candle. It's just a wick. So therefore we can as well mark that candle, or we mark the wick of this very candle. We mark the wick. So let us move down to our 30 minutes chart. We are going to be making use of all the zones till our M15, where we can possibly look for our entry, or we can still go down, do this top-down analysis till our 5 minutes chart. So let us go to our 30 minutes right now. So as you can see, here is our H1. This blue was the H1 candle which I marked, and here is our 30 minutes. inside our 30 minutes, the last bearish candle is this zone. It's still from this very candle here. It's still from our H1 candle. It's still at the H1 candle. So that is to say H1 and 30 minutes use the same candle. So let us move to our M15. Do not forget to subscribe. I think we can use our M15 as our entry candle. So therefore, here is our M15. Let me make everything clear. Here is our M15. On this M15 right here, we've seen you have to mark your last bearish candle in this zone. And the last bearish candle that comes in this zone happens to be this very one right here. The last bearish candle happens to be this one right here. And you see this green candle that has a long wick in this zone. You have to make sure that you include this candle. It's very, very important. So therefore, you mark your M15 out. So therefore, you mark your M15 out. Your M15 candle, you can mark it from the close of this base, from the close of this candle, from the open of this candle, because a bearish candle opens from the top and closes at the bottom. So you can mark your entry at the open of this candle or at the close of this candle. So therefore, I will place my number one entry. I will place my one entry at the wick of the candle. Then I will place my second entry at the open of this bearish candle. That will be my second entry. And I'll place my third entry at the open of this bullish doji candle right here. So anyone that this market tap in, I have to go with them. But overall, my stop loss has to come below the wick of this candle. That is to say, I'm going to place my trade right here. The reason why you are doing this, you don't want the market to go away, as in, you do not want the market to move away from you, because if you want to take a sniper entry, at times the market may go away from you and you TP the up. So let's check. As you can see, the market was able to come into this zone. The market came into this zone. It came into the, I think this was the open. This blue line here happens to be the open of the candle of the okay. You see, we have 1, 2. So the market tapped into one of the blue box on our M15. And let's see how many RR we got. So this is how you can do your top-down analysis. And the market tap in, and then you go with the market. You can as well target 1 to 10. And that was your 1 to 10. But this market moved more than 1:20 RR. The market moved up to 1:27 RR. So you can go with your 1 to 15, 1 to 20 RR, and you leave the market. That was your 1:15 RR, and here was your 1:20 RR, and you leave the market because this was a currency pair, GBPUSD. So this is how you do your top-down analysis from H4 to your M15 for your entry. So if you have watched up till this point, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on notification bell, and once again, if you want to trade the way I do with my own proven strategy, you can check the link on the description of this video, and you can get me through the link. Or you want to join my VIP, which is my signal group, you can as well check the link that will be dropped on the description of this video, and you can check me up. If you want to join my free Telegram group to ask questions or anything, you can feel free to join. So this is Aqua FX as I sign out. Peace.